In today's Straight Saturday video, we're going to take a look at a blade from Smith & Wesson, the Outback Kukri. That's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. So, the folks at Schrade/Smith & Wesson, maybe we need to call it Smith & Wesson/Schrade since the buyout last year. Anyway, they were kind enough to send me actually a bunch of knives that I asked them to send so I could show them to you because I thought they'd be pretty cool. This is one of them. It's the Smith & Wesson Outback Kukri. And Kukri, however you want to say it. I really like this, the looks of this one in the catalog, and I thought I would check it out. And so far my first impression has not disappointed me. It's got a very grippy handle. It appears to be very well balanced, and you know we're going to check that out. So hopefully I'll be able to finish this video. I'm trying to get it done before the sun goes down. It is really getting kind of low on the horizon there. I do have the thermocell cranked back up. I got to say, thermocell rocks. Mine sat out in the weather all winter and it was not working right. I didn't think. I put some new gas in it, fired it up. It's working fine. So hopefully it will keep the mosquitoes at bay and you won't have to warn me about them on my forehead. But I digress. So anyway, once again, this is the Smith & Wesson SWBH Outback Kukri. So let's talk about the specs real quick on this thing, and then I'll take you down to the old stump top. We'll get to doing some of that Kukri stuff. The Outback Kukri has an 11.9 inch, or for those of you who finally adopted the metric system, a 30.2 centimeter black 7CR17 high carbon stainless steel blade. Obviously it's a Kukri shaped blade. It has a 5.10 inch or 13 centimeter deep grooved rubber wrapped handle with a lanyard hole, and it is a full tang handle. It's just wrapped in rubber, over molded sort of. And then the overall length of this Kukri is 17 inches or 43.2 centimeters, and it weighs 17 ounces, just over a pound, about 481 grams. So it's pretty lightweight. Comes with a very simple black polyester belt sheath. They say this is a belt sheath slash shoulder strap sheath. So it's got a D-ring here you can clip a shoulder strap to. Does not come with a shoulder strap, at least mine didn't. And the Amazon price on this blade is 26 bucks. So it's the time of this video anyway. So not too shabby there, I think. It seems like a pretty good value. I got to tell you, this handle feels really good. I mean, if you're going to be doing some serious chopping, slashing, and whacking with this thing, it just feels like it'd be a very, very useful handle. Now, we haven't done any of that yet, but we're going to try some of that in a minute and see, but it's kind of like a combat knife style handle, but it's just, man, it's got a nice swell there, little palm swell, a little bit of a swell there. I'm telling you, it fits my hand really well. It feels really good. And, you know, I think, yeah, I'm choked up on it pretty good. You can see I got about an inch, so even Aaron at Gideon's Tactical might like this one. I give Aaron a hard time because he's very often mentioning that he wears a large size glove. So I wear a medium size glove, so there you go. But it's got kind of like that rough traction type coating, which I'm not super fond of, but you know, they do that on a lot of their knives. I think it's, as much as anything else, is to protect them during shipping. Seems to have a pretty sharp spine. We'll check that out. I like the edge comes almost down to the very end here, so should be able to get pretty close and do some close-up work, but we're going to see. So enough of the rambling stuff. Let's get down to the old stump top. I got you kind of backed up here a little bit because one of the things I want to do, I've got a piece of poplar here about 6 inches long, and I want to just to see, first off the bat, let's just get crazy with this thing a little bit, and we're going to try some kind of chopping type stuff. I mean, Kukris are kind of designed to chop, so we got a 6-inch piece of wood here. Hopefully you're close enough you can see that. We're just going to give it a whack. Let me get my legs out of the way, and we just trim the edge off. Okay, so not too bad there. I mean, this is poplar. Let's try it this way. Alrighty, we'll try again. Just see how quick we can get it. One more try. See how precise I can slice. Not very precise, to be honest with you. Let's try one more. Stand still. Alright, well, okay. Okay, I wanted to move you just a little bit closer so you can see maybe just a little bit better. Let's do a little bit of chopping on this big piece of poplar here, just because I want to. So, bit pretty good there first try. Alrighty then, so I gotta say, I did all that just to try to find the sweet spot, and actually here is not the sweet spot. I think about right here is the sweet spot for chopping. When you hit it right there, it bites in really deep. It's kind of it's really basically almost a full flat grind with a secondary bevel here on the grind, but not too bad there, to be honest with you. You did a pretty good job of chopping, and it's not an axe, right? So, okay, so let's try a little more calm test with it. See how well it does on some finer tasks. So we're not going to choke up on it here because it does not have any kind of a choil, but just going to see. And that's a big blade, so really be better to have something long here, I think, to carve on, because it's kind of almost in the way. We're going to use what we got and see what we can do here. See if we can. So it's actually doing okay. It's just the blade itself is in my way. I'm kind of put the tip down and use it like a lever though. It actually doesn't do too bad doing that. Man, these mosquitoes, Thermacell is trying, I think, but I don't know if it's succeeding or not. Let's see if I can just hold it up here and carve some feathers freehand. It's a lot easier usually when you put your wood on something hard. But no, I just want that little pump off. Let's get them back up there where they belong, because we're going to need those in a minute. Gosh, these mosquitoes are wearing me out. Come here, Thermacell. Thermacell's pumping out. Can we just sit you right down here? Give you a little FaceTime, a little air time on the camera, because I need it to really put a cloud of stuff out to keep the mosquitoes off of me. They're buzzing all around. So we're just going to do this free-handed, see what we can come up with. I'm not the best in the world at this free-handed. I usually rest the end of my stick on the stump on something so it's not wobbling around. Okay, well, let's try that. What do you think about that? I think Lindsey Buckingham would be proud of those curls. Some of you will get that. Let's chop them off there. Got a little bit of a pile here. Okay, you know what's next? Got to try me some of this old fat wood. I got the fat wood that's been out here in the weather for 2.5 years. We're going to carve off a little bit of that. Just for kicks, let's just see how well this thing scrapes. I'm not really thinking it's going to scrape very well because this coating is just not that sharp, but we'll try this. We got a little bit of fat wood there. Let me see if I can get a little more fat wood, smaller pieces. Got to get some of these in onto here, at least maybe where it will help the Thermacell. Now I'm really trying to get done before it gets dark so we'll have time for a proper balance test, but just see. So let's see what we got here. Since we got a big old blade, I got a big old serrated ferro rod, and let's see if we can get any sparks off this thing. Okay, maybe that'll do something. I don't know. We're going to try it. Oh yeah. Okay. You saw how well that thing's working, by the way, didn't you? Okie dokie. Well, that's pretty decent, in my opinion. Pretty decent test of the basic knife stuff with the kukri. Pretty good job on most of that. So let's get the little fire stoked here, and let's get over to the more technical testing now. Okay, well, that was some of the kind of use testing, I guess you would call it, of the Smith & Wesson Outback Kukri. Gotta say, it actually outperformed my expectation as far as knife stuff, because it's kind of big, and a kukri blade shape is definitely not best suited for some tasks. Although Alan Kay, the winner of the season 1 of Alone, might disagree with me on that. Maybe there's just a little bit of a learning curve that you need to really get used to, because it actually did do very, very well in chopping, did well in batoning. I mean, it's almost a 12-inch blade. It's got a really nice flat spot here that you can bang on the baton. It's got a pretty defined angle here. Gives it a little bit of a distinction from just a curved kukri style. It did surprisingly well at the feathering and smaller carving. This handle is extremely comfortable. No vibration, no hot spots. No, it didn't transfer any pain to my hand from banging and chopping or whatever. Just a really good job, and the spine is definitely sharp enough to do really great on a ferro rod. So I'm rambling, I know, did a great job on the knife stuff, but that's just part of the equation. As you know, here at Survival on Purpose Worldwide headquarters, we are fortunate to have a cutting-edge, state-of-the-art testing facility, and one of the testing stations here that we're especially proud of is our balance, orientation, and rotation device right there. So we always like to check the balance of every knife, so we're going to check this one right now. Okay, I think we're going to call this one balanced. I know there's been some comments in the past about maybe some quality concerns with Smith & Wesson. As you may or may not know, Smith & Wesson and Schrade are essentially the same company now. And I got to say that as far as this Outback Kukri is concerned, for 26 bucks, I think this is an exceptional value of a very good quality blade. I mean, it did a very, very good job at all the knife stuff, and it is very, very well balanced. So if you're looking for a really nice, very ergonomically comfortable, useful kukri style blade for under 30 bucks at the time of this video, I want to check out the SWBH Smith & Wesson Outback Kukri from the folks at Smith & Wesson and Schrade. I think you'll like it. Once again, thanks to the folks at Schrade and Smith & Wesson for sending me this so I can show it to you. As always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. I put out a brand new video every Friday and Saturday, and very often random videos throughout the week. You can check out a new one by clicking right over here to my left. If you're not subscribed, please click down here in the corner and take care of that. I really appreciate the support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.